Hello everyone, welcome to my backend web development CA2 demonstration video on my fitness challenge application called FitWiz. In this demonstration, I will walk you through the key features of FitWiz, starting with what users will experience before logging in. This is the landing page or homepage of FitWiz. Here, users can explore various features even without logging in. Let's start with the leaderboard. You can view both the user leaderboard and the house leaderboard. In the user leaderboard, there is also an option to filter users based on their Hogwarts houses. So over here, you can see users that belong to Gryffindor. And we can see that there are no users in Hufflepuff. I will demonstrate this further later by sorting my own user into Hufflepuff. And we can see that our user will appear over here. And we can also see the users sorted into Ravenclaw and Slytherin respectively. We can see the number of challenges completed, duels won, and current skill points owned by the user. This leaderboard is filtered based on current skill points, and there's also a limit of 10 users to be displayed. So in the house leaderboard, we can see the cumulative skill points earned by each house. Over here is a small container, which basically tells the user what this application is about. So FitWiz is designed to gamify your fitness journey with a magical touch. You can explore various challenges and enhance your experience by earning skill points and rewards. Step into a magical world where you can duel against mythical creatures to test your skills and earn rewards. You can also buy magical items like wands, potions, and spells to enhance your abilities. You can also get sorted into your Hogwarts house and work together with your housemates to climb the leaderboard. You can keep track of your progress by viewing your activity history and see how you rank against others in the individual and house leaderboards. So in this accordion, it's basically a description of what each web page is about. So notice how I also wrote you have to log in or register to do these activities. So next, we have the fitness challenges page. If a user tries to create a challenge without logging in, we will see what happens. So let's press the create a challenge button. And challenge name, let's say run 5 km. Skill points 70. It will say you must be logged in to create a challenge. Over here, you can also see the available challenges created by the Wizarding community. And you will notice how there's no complete challenge or update and delete buttons for these cards. Let's now view the shops. So moving on to Diagon Alley, where all the magical shops are displayed. Notice how there are no buy buttons available before logging in. Over here, you can see the wands that are available for sale, the potions, and the spell. Notice how at the right there's no skill point displayed too, which will be displayed later on when I log in. Next up, in the Dueling Club, you can see the creatures available for duels. However, if you try to start a duel without logging in, it will ask you to log in before starting a duel. Lastly, in the review section, if we try to submit a review without logging in, let's see what happens. Sample.com rating or comment and submit review. It will say you must be logged in to leave a review. So now let's see what happens if we try to see all reviews. Over here, we can see reviews left by other users. But notice how there's no update and delete icons either. Let's now move on to registering a user, where you can see all the full features of this application. So username, new SOC user, email, new SOC user at example.com. Password 1234, confirm password 1234. Register. And you can see that now we can see our profile after registering. Here on the profile page, you can see the user's information and even edit it. You can also select your Hogwarts house if you haven't chosen one yet. Below, there's an activity history which currently shows no activity history found since this is a new account. So let's see what happens if we try to edit user's information. So currently the username is new SOC user and the email is new SOC user@example.com. So if we edit the username to SOC user, shows username updated successfully. And now we can see the updated username. So as previously mentioned in the leaderboard, there's no user sorted into Hufflepuff. So now we will be the first user to be sorted into Hufflepuff. So choose house and you can see the 4 options available for us to choose. And over here I wrote a small note saying you can only choose your house once and you cannot change it after selection. So let's choose Hufflepuff. And it says congratulations, you are now in Hufflepuff. So over here, you can see that we now belong in Hufflepuff. So even if I reload the page, we still see the SOC user and Hufflepuff house over here. And in the activity history, you will now see that it's no longer saying no activity history found. It now says we've chosen our house Hufflepuff at what timing and what date. Over here, you can see your activity type, which is house selection, and there's no status for this. So let's now go to our leaderboard section and filter by Hufflepuff, where we can see our user's name stated here. Now, let's try to start a duel in the Dueling Club. Now it says user has not enough skill points to start a duel, and minimum required is 20. So that means we have to complete more challenges in order to earn skill points to start a duel. So now let's try to create a challenge first. So challenge name, run 5 km within an hour. Skill point 100. Create challenge, and it says challenge created successfully. And now you can see the challenge over here. Now let's try to see what happens if we try to edit the challenge. So skill points, let's say 80, and run 5 km without the within an hour. And we save changes, and it says challenge updated successfully. We can now see that the challenges has indeed been updated successfully. What if we try to delete the challenge? It will also say challenge deleted successfully. You can also delete other challenges that you want to delete or edit. So now we need the skill points to start the duel. So let's try to complete a challenge. And in the notes we can say, it's a great run. And we submit completion. It says challenge completed successfully. So now we go to our profile and we can see that the challenge indeed has been completed successfully. And we have now 200 skill points. So let's go to the Dueling Club to start a duel. However, it says user must have a wand in their ward to start a duel. We go to the wand shop. And we can see that we only have 200 skill points, but the minimum required is 300. So let's complete more fitness challenges. Submit completion, and the notes are actually optional. So challenge completed successfully. If we go back to our profile, we can see that the challenge has been completed successfully. And we go to our wand shop. We have enough skill points to purchase a wand. So let's now buy a wand. So it says wand purchased successfully. And you can actually see this by going to your ward, which is basically our inventory. It will say here. It will just show the wand that you bought. And over here, you can also filter by potions and spell. So if you filter by potion, it will say user has no potions in their ward. And spells, same message. Let's now go back to the Dueling Club. However, notice how we have 0 skill points, so let's complete more challenges to earn more points. Now we have 200 skill points and we can start a duel. However, it says you must have at least 1 potion or spell in your ward to start a duel. So now let's go to our Diagon Alley to purchase a spell. So let's say I purchased this spell. And now we have 25 skill points left. Also notice how this updates dynamically. Let's complete more challenges for skill points. Now let's go to our Dueling Club and we can officially start a duel now. So it says duel started successfully and the page will reload. Now we go to all duels where we can see other people's duels and we can see their message, which basically lose or win. Yeah. So our duel is over here. It says message started. So let's view the duel. Over here, we can see the dueling details, which is basically message started, user health 100, creature health also 100, creature ID 1, skill points gain 0, and skill points dealt 0. Now let's try to attack the creature. Over here, you can now see the message says in progress. And the user health is now 92 and the creature health is now 44. So that's really good progress. Let's continue attacking. You can now see that our user has won the duel. And we earn 40 skill points. And if you try to attack it again, it will say duel already completed and result is win. Okay, so that's it for the Dueling Club. And you can also see the skill points updated here. Okay, so now let's go back to our profile where we can see the activity history. So it says we completed a duel and status win. Now let's try to leave a review for this application. So name, SOC user, email, socuser@example.com. Rating for comments. This application is really user-friendly and easy to navigate. Now let's submit the review. It will say review submitted successfully. Now let's see all reviews. We can now see our users' reviews over here, along with other people's reviews. So now let's try to edit our review. Let's say our name SOC user 123, SOC user at example, SOC user 123 example.com, rating 5, and update the review. It will now say review updated successfully. What if we try to update the review without making any changes? It will say no changes were made to the review, so we cannot update it. Now let's try to delete our review. You can see that the review has immediately been deleted successfully. Now what happens if we try to edit or delete other people's reviews? It will say user does not own this review, so you cannot update other people's reviews. Now what if we try to delete too? It will also say the same thing. User does not own this review and we cannot delete it. This is for security purposes. So yeah, this is about it for our application. Oh, and also you can see in the road. We can now see the spell that we bought over here. And you can also press this left bar brand icon, brand logo to navigate back to the home page. And if we now sort our user by Hufflepuff, we can see that we completed 4 challenges, 1 duels, and our current skill points is 155. And in our house leaderboard, you can see that Hufflepuff has actually went up from 0 to 155. So yeah, we can now safely log out after using the application. And if we want to log in again, we can safely do so. SOC user password 1234. And now we are logged back in again. So yeah, that's about it for my application. However, there's something else I want to demonstrate. If I have the time, I would improve on this. So basically, I've done the front end for this part. But if I had the time to do so, I would improve on it by making this dynamic and make the data fetch on by the backend. And quest in progress, yeah. So this is basically just quest, which is basically another version of fitness, but with more skill points awarded to encourage the users to start it. And in the progress tab, we can see our progress, which is 0 out of 1 task completed, and view quest, and yeah. This is what I would improve on if I had the time to do so. So yeah, thank you for watching this demonstration of FitWiz. And I hope you enjoy exploring the features of our gamified fitness challenge system. Thank you.